Hey, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about Social Security and how is Social Security taxed. I get asked this question frequently, like, how are they going to are they going to tax my Social Security? How do they tax my Social Security? How do they determine all of this stuff? Everybody's always so confused about Social Security, and after all, it is very complicated. And the reality of the matter is, you can't get any really good information by going to the Social Security Department because it's really against the law for them to give you advice at the Social Security Department on how to take your Social Security and when to take your Social Security. But today, we're going to talk about the taxation of Social Security. Now, it would be important to understand that when Roosevelt put Social Security in place back in the 30s, he made two promises. And those promises were that it wouldn't be taxed, and in addition to that, it would be there when it came time to get it. Well, what we know is that it's changed a lot since that day. But what happened was, now folks, you can't make this up. Along came something called the CRAP, which was called the Clinton Reallocation Program. And as a result of that, what happened inside of here is they began to means test Social Security. And what it means to means test Social Security is that if you did a good job of building your retirement, you've got a pension and a 401k and some rental properties, and you're doing really well in retirement, then they're going to tax up to 85% of your Social Security. And the way that's determined is that's determined by something called provisional income. Now, provisional income is the sum of all of your incomes plus half of your Social Security, and including it in your tax-free muni bond interest. Now, the other common sources included in your provisional income are half of your Social Security, wages if you're employed, distributions from 401ks, 403bs, 457, defined benefit plans, ESOPs, any other account that's taxable, including interest on tax-free muni bonds, interest in dividend income, capital gains, pension payments, and any taxable portions of inheritance or any other form of income that would end up in what would be called your AGI will end up in your provisional income. Now, the reason why it's important to understand this is because provisional income determines the taxability of your Social Security. So if you are a single filer and your provisional income is under $25,000, meaning that you're pretty much broke, that means that you have zero taxable income. Now, between $25,000 and $34,000, it's up to 50% of your Social Security is taxable, and over $34,000, it's up to 85% of your Social Security is taxable. And as you can see, under the married filing jointly, under 32,000, zero taxable, 32 to 44, 50%, and over 44, 85%. Now, it's important to understand it's not an 85% tax. It's 85% of your Social Security is taxable. Now, let's just pretend for 1 second that your Social Security for the year was $10,000. That would mean if your provisional income as a married filing jointly person was over $44,000, $8,500 of that Social Security would go into your AGI, and it would be taxed at whatever tax rate you're at. And of course, it would be taxed on your top marginal tax bracket, because without that, you wouldn't be in that bracket. Now, it's also important to understand that these tables have been the same since 1985. Now, what that means is that means that every single year, more and more people's Social Security becomes taxable. Now, we know that the Social Security system is broken and it's going to be a problem going forward, but at the end of the day, this is how it's taxed. But the taxation is just one small part of what we're talking about here. Now, folks, I meet engineers all the time, and the thing that's great about engineers is they got a spreadsheet for everything. And they sat down and they did the math, and they said, well, look, I found out that if I took my Social Security at the earliest possible age, which was 62 and 1 month, I could go and I could take my Social Security, and it would take me all the way up to this age before I would break even, and I waited till age 70. Well, see, folks, there's other parts of Social Security that you might not know the rules to. And one of those things is that if you're working, See, if you're still working when you're taking your Social Security and it's before your FRA, which is your full retirement age, which by the way creates a number called your PIA, which is your primary insurance amount. If you take Social Security before that date, you are going to be penalized $1 for every $2 you make above $22,320 in earned income. So, as an example, if in this year you were to take your Social Security at age 62 in 1 month, and for 1 year you took Social Security, and during that period of time you earned $43,000. I take that back. You earned $43,000, and your Social Security was $10,000. That means that at the end of the year, they would charge you back all of your Social Security because you would be $20,000 over your earning limitations of $22,320. Now, something worse than that. You had to do something called deemed filing. So you took your Social Security at all the Social Security you had available to you at the time, and you locked that in now and forever. Now, in the year and the month that you become full retirement age, you can make up to $59,520 earned income, and anything above that is subject to a 3-to-1. So every $3 above that reduces it by 1%. But once you reach full retirement age, you can earn $50 million a year, and it would have no effect on your Social Security as far as being penalized for taking it out. So now you can begin to realize that maybe that spreadsheet just isn't working for you, all right? Because there's many more other things to know. Now, it's important to understand that in that year and the month that you turn full retirement age is when that happens. Now, in addition to that, people always say, well, how do I reduce or eliminate the taxes on my Social Security? Well, it can be answered with 2 words: be broke. All you have to do is be broke. And then at that point, you don't have to worry about paying taxes on your Social Security because, see, you have to reduce all of these numbers. Now, I think probably the biggest mistake that I see people take when it comes to Social Security is they take Social Security at an earlier age because they think they have to. Now, folks, you have different assets. And over here, you have stocks, bonds, mutual funds, gold, silver, cryptocurrency, 401k, 403bs, 457. And you're thinking, well, I don't need to take these until I get to a certain age and then I have to take them. I'm going to take my Social Security now. Well, if you'll take the time and use the link below, you can go down here, set up a time, bring your Social Security statements, and I will run you a very in-depth report showing you when is the best time for you to take your Social Security, for you and your spouse. When would your break-evens be? And I'll give you different scenarios to show you how that works. And then after that, we'll do an in-depth study and figure out, well, how would you get your other assets to work for you so that you can live the lifestyle you become accustomed to, adjusted for taxes and inflation, out beyond yours and your spouse's life expectancy, and then pass your money on in the most tax-favorable way possible. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking below. And remember to live like you're going to die tomorrow and plan like you're going to live forever, because you just might. Go down below down here, set up that time, let's get together and talk. Remember, leave your checkbook at home. You don't get to buy anything. Keep smiling and make it a great day.